What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Execute Create. And I wanted to make a quick video. It's actually be a little bit longer than my usual video. It's probably be around 8 to 10 minutes, talking about the one thing that holds you back as far as anything you do in life, and that is yourself. The mentality that you have towards everything you do is the most important thing you need in entrepreneurship. You have to have the correct mentality. Otherwise, no matter what you do, you're going to end up failing in life. And before we even get started on that subject, I want to give a quick thanks to anybody who's taking the time out of the busy schedule to even watch this video. If you enjoy and like what I have to say, definitely hit the like and the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. But let's get started, guys. So one of the main things that I've noticed from a lot of people that aren't really taking that first step and who are still procrastinating, still making excuses for themselves, is the mentality that they have. The fact that they feel like the people that they look up to, the people that are already where they want to be, that they were born that way, that they were born with the silver spoon, that for one reason or another, they're different than the person who's still at the very bottom. And that's complete bullshit, guys. That's nothing but excuses that you come up inside your brain to make yourself feel better, to make it easier to go to sleep at night, to make it easier to watch that TV show, for 2 hours, to basically not do anything that's gonna further your education as far as entrepreneurship or whatever you're doing in business and all that. It's just nothing but lies that you tell yourself. And the only difference between me and the people that I look up to, Tanner J. Fox, Ryan Hildreth, James Bowen, the people that I see are doing what I want to do, the only difference is they stop bullshitting themselves. They stop putting excuses in front of them. They started realizing that the only difference between them and their mentors was the work ethic, the amount of time they're putting into it, and the fact that they're learning from mistakes. And like I said, that's something that motivates me a lot, the fact that I don't think there's any difference between me and them. And the main part of that is the mentality that you have. Have you ever noticed when you're around somebody who's more successful than you, instead of being motivated, instead of being inspired by what they have, whether it be materialistic things or the knowledge that they have, a lot of people get put off. I would say around 85% of the people would get put off. They start, distancing themselves from that person because they feel less of a person. They feel like they're not comfortable around somebody who's more successful than them. And that's the complete wrong mentality to have. Instead of seeing somebody with a nice car, dressed nicely, instead of going up to them and having a quick conversation of what they're doing in life, they kind of get put off by it, and they start coming up with all these excuses of, why is this person successful? Why does this person have this car and I don't? And they just block their own blessings. Instead of, like I said, going up to whoever you think is more successful than you, it could just be a random stranger who has a nice car, a car that you want to have in the future. Instead of going up to them and having a quick conversation about, hey, what do you do in life, and picking their brain, I'm pretty sure that, they're not going to be like, whoa, who are you, get the fuck out of here type vibe. That's not how people are. A lot of people don't mind taking the time out of the day to tell you what they do, and you never know. You never know what's going to come out of that conversation. It could just be a quick 5-minute conversation. You guys could exchange numbers, or you can meet somebody that's going to be, guiding you and being your friend for the rest of your life. You just don't know. And just the mentality that a lot of people have, they're not even willing to take that first step. They start, like I said, in their head putting all these excuses of why somebody's successful and they're not. And it's just bullshit. Like I said, it's just so they could go to sleep at night feeling better about themselves. The fact that they watch, 4 hours of TV and they're not willing to put in 20 to 30 minutes on, something that's going to educate them. For an example, if you ask anybody right now that, is just working a regular 9 to 5, they go out and party every weekend, you ask them to spend $30, let's say, on, a nice pair of shoes, or, well, shoes are a little bit more expensive, but let's say a nice shirt. Or pants, $30 to $50, and I'd be like, okay, let's go get some clothes. You ask that same person to spend $30 or $50 on a book, and they're gonna look at you like you just like the craziest shit in the world. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of people think. A lot of people put value into the wrong type of things, and those type of people, guys, that are just interested in working that 9 to 5, of partying every weekend, they're going to wake up in 10, 12 years, and 15 years. They're going to wake up and they're going to be filled with regret. The fact that they traded what the most important thing that we have, the most valuable thing that we have in this world is time. They traded their whole life for a paycheck so they could party on the weekends. That's it. That's what they're doing. And I know that there's so many more opportunities out there for me to be financially free, for me to wake up one day and say, okay, I just want to sleep the whole day, watch a TV show, do whatever I want to do, wake up the next day, you'd be like, okay, I feel like going downtown, or I feel like going somewhere and taking some pictures for, with my camera, or waking up one day and be like, oh, I want to go to Paris today, I want to go travel, I want to go do something, I want to take my mom out to eat, and that's where I'm headed. That's definitely, I know is attainable, and the only difference right now, like I said, between me and anybody is my work ethic, and I'm, working hard. I'm staying up until 1 or 2 a.m. I'm definitely not perfect, I'm definitely starting out, but I'm definitely putting in a lot of work, and I'm working very hard, guys, having late nights, waking up tired, going my 9 to 6, because I know it's attainable, and I know the sooner and the harder I put in my work towards this, the faster it'll happen, and that's the great thing. Hard work is the main aspect you can control of entrepreneurship. Of course, you're always going to have failures, you're always going to have setbacks, but what a lot of people don't realize is, a lot of people think failure is the opposite of success. And any successful person will tell you that that's complete bullshit. Failure is a part of success. Failure is one of the main things that makes you successful, because you learn from it. You're able to see why you failed, and you're able to come back even stronger and not fail the next time. The real failure in life is not even trying. That's the opposite of success. And a lot of people are afraid to even try because they value other people's opinions about themselves way too much. A lot of people don't want to even try because their mind is already, okay, if I fail, my family's going to see it, my friends are going to see it, who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, it's your life. You're the one that's going to live it. You're the one that's going to die at the end of it. Hopefully not for a very long time, but a lot of people don't put that into consideration. They don't put everything into perspective. The fact that, like I said, they're so scared of failing in front of the people that they know that they'd rather not try. They'd rather just bury their heads in the sand and work their 9 to 5 like everybody else in their family. In my family alone, I only know around 2 people that are into the entrepreneurship. My 2 cousins. One of them is my roommate, and the other one is a different cousin that I have. His name is Emmanuel, and he's into like poker playing and all that. And that's, like I said, that's a form of entrepreneurship because he's very smart. He's working hard at it, and he's going to tournaments and all that, and he's putting the work into it. And I'm not afraid of failing in front of the people that I know. I'm not afraid of failing in front of family members, loved ones, friends, colleagues, coworkers, whatever, whoever they are, random people on the internet that are watching my journey. I'm not afraid to fail. I don't give a fuck, like, to be honest, because I realized that at the end of the day, it's my life, and failures are part of success, and failures are something that you learn from, and like I said, you come back from even stronger. And it's nothing to be afraid to fail, because if you're failing, that means you're doing something different. If you're never failing, if you're never being criticized, then you're not doing anything different. You've been doing the same shit for the past 5-10 years. That's that's definitely not the life that I want to live. And it's funny because looking at it right now, people that look at me that don't really go out, I'm kind of antisocial. I'd rather stay home and, with entrepreneurship, put in work every weekend instead of going out and drinking to a bar, doing this, doing that. They kind of see me as, I guess, the cliche loser because, I'm not, like I said, going out to bars. I'm not getting shit-faced every weekend. And it's funny because from my perspective, they're the biggest losers in life. They're the ones, like I said, that are going to wake up in 10 to 12, 20 years down the road and be filled with nothing but regret. Meanwhile, I'm over here, putting in the work, eating shit like Gary Vee says, and I'm loving the process that it's taking me right now. I'm loving the fact that each day I feel like I'm getting a little bit smarter, a little bit closer to my goal. And actually, as of today, I checked my Amazon Associates account, and I think I got my first commission sale. I see that somebody ordered an item, but it's not showing me how much I've made off the item yet, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. I'm definitely, going to look into that. But I think today was the day that I made my first commission off affiliate marketing. And like I said, it's fucking like motivating to me, the fact that each day I'm getting a little closer, I'm getting a little smarter, I'm putting in a little more work each day. And I'm definitely not perfect. I definitely have those days where, I bullshit, I didn't do what I was supposed to do, but that's normal. And one of the things you have to realize when you're first starting off is you have to learn to forgive yourself for your shortcomings. A lot of people, when they get really motivated, they work really good for 2 weeks, a month, they take one day off, and then because they took that one day off, they get discouraged and they think, oh, great, now I have to start off from the very beginning. No, like, forgive yourself for that one day, and the next day, work hard, work even harder, try to make up for it. Don't let that one day turn into 2 days, which is the greatest, like I said, downslope and procrastination again, where people don't really People don't really want to take a break because they feel a break. If they take a break, they're not going to be able to come back from it. And that's another thing, like I said, I want to touch up on. If you need to take a break, but don't let it, turn into 2 or 3 days. Just take a 1-day break, come back the next day energized. But that's the one I want to talk about today, guys, the mentality that a lot of people have, that when they see somebody who's more successful than them, instead of themselves looking in the mirror to see why, what's the difference, they just start putting excuses out there, BSing themselves so they could watch their, favorite TV shows for the next 4 hours and then just go to sleep and not do anything that's going to benefit them in any way, shape, or form. But that's it, guys. I definitely don't want to ramble on in this video. But if you enjoy and like what I have to say, definitely hit the like and the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. But until next time, guys,